Welcome! Today, we're going to master tag questions, also known as 부가의문문. We'll learn how to say things like, "You are happy, aren't you?" or "She can swim, can't she?" A tag question is a short addition to a declarative sentence used to seek agreement or confirmation. In Korean, it has a similar feeling to adding "이지" or "그렇지." The key is simply confirming the preceding statement, as seen in these examples. The most important rule for tag questions is that the tag must be the opposite of the main statement. A positive statement takes a negative tag. "You are tired, aren't you?" A negative statement takes a positive tag. "He isn't busy, is he?" Remember, always use the opposite of the main clause. For be verbs, use the be verb in the tag question exactly as it is in the statement, but in the opposite form. If the statement is positive, the tag is negative, and vice versa. Examples include are becoming aren't and wasn't becoming was. If a modal verb like can, will, or should is present, use that same modal verb in the tag question. Again, follow the rule of opposites. The key takeaway is, if there is an auxiliary verb, use it again. When dealing with general verbs, use the helping verbs do, does, or did in the tag question, again in the opposite form. General verbs cannot form questions by themselves, so they require the help of these auxiliary verbs. For instance, "You play soccer" becomes "don't you?" Here are some special expressions that often appear on tests. For I am, the tag question is the exception, aren't I? For suggestions starting with let's, the tag is always shall we? For commands, both positive and negative, the tag is will you? When answering tag questions, the point is to answer based on the fact, regardless of whether the question is positive or negative. If the fact is positive, use yes, and if the fact is negative, use no. For example, to "You don't like coffee, do you?" If you don't like coffee, you answer "No, I don't." Students often make mistakes regarding subject-verb agreement or confusing verb types. Remember to use the correct auxiliary verb based on the main verb, and always check that the tag polarity is opposite to the main clause. Pay close attention to the subject and verb type of the preceding sentence. Now let's try some practice problems. Complete the sentences by adding the correct tag questions. Try to solve problems 1 through 5. Let's check the answers. Number 1, "You are a student, aren't you?" is correct as it follows the opposite rule for be verbs. Number 2, "Does he" is the positive tag for the present simple negative. Number 3, "Can't she" is the negative tag for the modal verb can. Number 4, "Didn't they" is the negative tag for the past simple. Number 5, "Shall we" is the fixed tag for let's suggestions. To summarize today's lesson, remember to use the opposite tag. Use do/does/did for general verbs and keep be or modal verbs the same, all while using personal pronouns. Finally, always answer based on the actual fact. Now, practice with your friend by asking and answering tag questions.